Have you ever found yourself stuck in the same kind of relationship, no matter how hard you try to change? Maybe you keep dating people who seem distant, or perhaps you always feel like you are the one chasing after love. If this sounds familiar, you might be caught in what psychologists call the Anxious-Avoidant Trap. This is a pattern that draws people with anxious attachment styles to those with avoidant attachment styles, creating a cycle that is hard to break. Today, we are going to uncover why this trap is so powerful, why it keeps repeating, and most importantly, how you can finally break free. Stick around because understanding this could change the way you approach every relationship from now on. To understand the anxious-avoidant trap, we first need to talk about attachment styles. Attachment theory was developed by psychologist John Bowlby and later expanded by Mary Ainsworth. It describes how our early relationships with caregivers shape the way we connect with others as adults. There are 4 main attachment styles: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. Securely attached people are comfortable with intimacy and independence. Anxiously attached people crave closeness but often fear abandonment. Avoidantly attached people value independence and may pull away when things get too close. Disorganized attachment is a mix of both anxious and avoidant behaviors, often rooted in trauma. For today, we are focusing on the anxious and avoidant styles because when these two come together, things can get complicated fast. So, what exactly is the anxious-avoidant trap? Imagine 2 people. One is anxious, always seeking reassurance and closeness, while the other is avoidant, needing space and feeling overwhelmed by too much intimacy. At first, they are drawn to each other like magnets. The anxious partner is attracted to the avoidant's independence, mistaking it for confidence. The avoidant partner is drawn to the anxious person's passion and attention, which feels flattering at first. But as the relationship progresses, their differences start to clash. The anxious partner's need for closeness triggers the avoidant's fear of being smothered, causing them to pull away. In response, the anxious partner becomes even more desperate for connection, which only pushes the avoidant partner further away. This creates a cycle of pursuit and withdrawal, leaving both partners feeling frustrated and misunderstood. The more they try to fix things, the deeper they get stuck in the trap. You might wonder, why do people keep falling into the same pattern, even when it is painful? The answer lies in our subconscious minds. Our attachment style is shaped by our earliest experiences, often before we can even remember. If you grew up with inconsistent caregiving, you might have learned to seek out love in ways that feel familiar, even if they are not healthy. The anxious-avoidant dynamic feels like home to many people because it mirrors the unpredictability they experienced as children. On a deeper level, the brain craves what is familiar, not necessarily what is good for us. So even if you consciously want a different kind of relationship, your subconscious keeps pulling you back to the same old pattern. It is like being stuck on a merry-go-round that you cannot seem to get off. Being caught in the anxious-avoidant trap is like riding an emotional roller coaster. There are moments of intense connection, followed by sudden distance and confusion. The anxious partner might feel euphoric when the avoidant partner shows affection, but devastated when they pull away. The avoidant partner, on the other hand, might feel relief when they get space, but guilty when they see their partner hurting. This push-pull dynamic creates a lot of drama and intensity, which can be mistaken for passion or true love. In reality, it is a cycle of anxiety and relief that keeps both partners hooked. The highs are so high and the lows are so low that it becomes addictive. Breaking free requires recognizing that real love does not have to feel like a constant battle. So, how do you break free from the anxious-avoidant trap? The first step is awareness. Recognize your own attachment style and how it plays out in your relationships. Are you always the one chasing, or are you the one running away? Once you know your pattern, you can start to change it. This might mean setting healthier boundaries, communicating your needs more clearly, or seeking therapy to heal old wounds. It is also important to choose partners who are capable of secure attachment. This does not mean they are perfect, but they are willing to work on the relationship and meet you halfway. Remember, change takes time. You might slip back into old habits, but every step toward awareness brings you closer to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. The key is to be patient with yourself and stay committed to growth. Let us look at some real-life examples. Imagine Sarah, who always finds herself attracted to partners who are emotionally unavailable. She feels anxious when they do not text back and tries harder to win their affection. On the other side, there is Mark, who feels overwhelmed when his partner wants to get too close. He pulls away, not because he does not care, but because intimacy feels threatening. Both Sarah and Mark are stuck in the anxious-avoidant trap, repeating the same dynamic with different people. The turning point comes when they recognize the pattern and decide to do the inner work. With time, they learn to communicate better, set boundaries, and choose partners who are emotionally available. Their relationships become less dramatic but much more satisfying. Breaking free from the anxious-avoidant trap is not easy, but it is possible. It starts with self-awareness and a willingness to do the work. Remember, you deserve a relationship that feels safe, supportive, and loving. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might need it. For more insights and expository content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Veil Breaker channel. Your journey to healthier relationships starts now.